Good afternoon, everyone. Come on in and join us. I know it has been forever since I was on here to do a live of any sort. So I wanted to come to you today because truthfully, I just finished up doing a live on my personal page and thought, well, the lights are up. The hair's done, the makeup's done, the jewelry's on, I'm dressed, I'm ready to go. So why not go ahead and do another live, okay? So I wanted to pop on here real quick for a couple of reasons. One is, hey Christine, come on in, ladies. So we have a few popping in here. So I'm gonna give just a second because I don't wanna touch on anything too quickly and have anybody miss it. Hey y'all. Listen, I am so happy that y'all popped on, and I feel like you guys were probably a lot of the same ones who were just on my personal one. All right. So I am getting some kind of crazy comments. Miss Jenny Dodd, I don't know if you were just waving to me that much. Did you miss me that much, sweetness? Because I'm basically getting duplicates of like everything right now. It's kind of funny. Okay. Thank you so much. Y'all are so sweet. Okay. So, basically I wanted to come on here for a couple of reasons. One, hey Julia, thank you. You might remember that a couple of months ago, I happened to share that there was something just truly amazing coming. Okay? Do y'all happen to remember that? Now listen, I'm not here to say I told you so, but I told you so, right? Okay, here's the thing. Jenny says, got a little trigger happy. You're a mess, girl. So I'm telling you, I had been feeling since, I don't know, probably back in February was when it all really started, that it was like, there's something big coming. I don't know what it is, but there's something big coming. Y'all better like get ready because there's something coming. So the funny thing is, I kind of feel like while there were a lot of people who kind of had that same sentiment as me, I feel like there were also a lot of people who, for whatever reason, were not expecting anything new to come out other than jewelry. Can y'all figure out where I'm going with this? So here's what I want to tell you, okay? Change is inevitable, but how you choose to respond to it is going to be the difference between you being successful or not, okay? So I need you to understand that I knew that there was something big coming. I didn't know what it was, but I was ready. I was eager. I was excited. And y'all, the second that all this stuff rolled out, I was like on it like you would not believe, because I wanted to know as much as I could know as quickly as I could possibly know it, because I needed to start getting things put into action. Okay. Now, the reason for me that I feel like I was able to do that and that I wanted to do that was because I'd been feeling since February that there was something so incredible coming, that it was literally going to revolutionize the Premier Designs business as we knew it. That there were just things coming that were going to make us so much more relevant than what we already have been. That there were things coming that we were going to suddenly have more business, more prospects, more hostesses, everything than what we had previously even been able to handle or gather. Okay. And I had been feeling this. So it was kind of like when these new things came out in my mind, because I was so excited about the changes that were coming, it was like, yes, now I know what it is. Now I can be happy about it. Now I can share what is going on. Now I can, and I became like an immediate sponge of, okay, tell me all the info. Let me figure out then like how I can work this into what I'm already doing. How is the gym membership going to work with my Style Fix Club? Like I immediately went into implementing everything. That being said, it probably shouldn't be much of a surprise that because of that, I sponsored a new jeweler the week after I came home from Raleigh, who I didn't even know was possibly sort of kind of thinking about it. And I also got my very first gem member while I was still at Rally, okay? Because I was so excited to get this information out there. There have been some who have talked about that who shared their hesitation to share these things, or I just can't kind of grasp it. I just can't wrap my head around it. I'm just unsure, and there's so many changes, and I don't know, I've heard from some jewelers, like, I don't even know if I'm going to continue. And I'm thinking, are you kidding me? Like, this there has never been a better time to be a part of Premier. What do you mean you don't know if you're going to renew? And it's, well, I just don't know if I can keep up with all the changes. Listen, changes are going to come anyway, because here's the thing. If you drop Premier, you are now going to have to go learn something else, something new, something completely different than what you've been doing. So won't you already have to learn new things? Won't you already, like, it's no different than any other job you've ever been at. When policies change, well, I shouldn't say it's no different. It's very different, because we have an amazing job. Okay, we have an amazing job. We have a very fun job. We have just a very enriching and fulfilling job. Many people don't have that. So don't look at these changes as this is a make or break thing. This is not like I need to, it's just too much. Don't say it's too much. Just take your time to figure it out. Take your time to figure out how this is going to work into your business, but actually take the time to do it. Don't just be frustrated that there are changes coming or that there are changes here and then immediately claiming self-defeat of, I'm not going to be able to figure this out, so I need to just walk away. Or I'm not going to be able to figure this out, so I just won't, and then I won't have that entire aspect of my business that everyone else is being able to partake in. The other thing that I want you to understand is that prior to Premier making any of these sort of changes, because again, there have been a lot of people who have struggled with, are these changes for the best? Well, here's what I can tell you. The ones who help decide whether or not this is something that Premier is going to move forward with are the executive directors. For the executive directors to be excited about this, for them to be thrilled about the changes, for them to already be implementing in their business the changes that have come, that tells me that it is absolutely good, or they wouldn't be so excited about it. They wouldn't have been so on board with it that Premier said, okay, this is what we're going to do. Premier does not ever decide anything without first consulting with those EDs, but also being in a lot of prayer and having a lot of conversations about what is going to be right and what is going to be best for Premier. Those of you who might be new, maybe you never knew what the WIR and WBP stands for, but that's what it is what is right and what is best for Premier. They would not be doing these things if they were not amazing additions to the business that we all have already come to know, grow, and love, okay? Now, that being said, I remember even when Facebook shows first came about, there was a lot of resistance with Facebook shows. And y'all, can I just tell you that had it not been for Facebook shows, this past month and a half, I would not have had any business, because that just happened to be the way that things fell, was that I had time for Facebook shows, but didn't exactly have the time for in-person shows, or couldn't get to the locations of these people. We have to stop being so resistant to change that we are not willing to grow, okay? Because that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what change brings, is growth. And I don't know about y'all, but my business this past year could absolutely use some growth. So if that means having to do things different than the way I've always done it, guess what? I'm on board. Okay. Now, I also know there are some of you who did not have the opportunity to be at Rally this year, or perhaps just chose not to go for whatever your reasons. That's none of my business. Okay. But for those of you who were not there, you might not have understood why you were seeing all these hashtags of all in, or all in if you didn't understand what it was. Okay. But literally, this is what it means. It means that understanding and trusting not only God, but also understanding and trusting that Premier would not bring these changes about unless they were 100% sure that it was going to bring growth to each and every jeweler, that it was going to bring opportunities to each and every jeweler, that it was going to allow more lives than ever to be enriched. I told y'all a couple months ago that in my head, even though I had no idea what was coming, all I knew was that God kept telling me, everything up till now has been a small hill of beans. It is nothing compared to the harvest and feast that is coming. And I've had that in my head since February, y'all. And then it was reconfirmed again on the cruise. And then it was reconfirmed again at Rally. And it was reconfirmed at least 100 times since then of there was something big coming. I'm just thankful that now I know what it is, so I can stop sounding like a crazy lady being like, there's something big coming, I just don't know what it is, okay? So please know and understand that yes, sometimes change can be scary, but do not allow it to debilitate you. Do not allow it to bring you to a point of not being able to function because you are so terrified of change. Change is absolutely needed for any kind of growth. Otherwise, we would still be doing the same things and we would continue getting the same results that we have been getting. Now, I'm just curious because I want to make sure that I'm not alone in this. So, if there is anybody on here today that in looking at their business over the last year could not truly appreciate some growth, and if you could, put a 1 down in the comment stream or say me or be as excited as you want to be. I don't know, because I know just putting a 1 in the comment stream isn't really all that exciting, but show me in the comment stream, through your comments, through the emojis, whatever, that you are someone who has been able to look at your business over the last year and say, you know what? It's about time for some growth. It's about time for some change, because what I've been doing for the past year, or maybe even what I've been doing for the past 11 years, has not brought the same amount of business that this could. Okay? Now I say could because we still have to be willing to implement it. We still have to be willing to put things into place. Deborah, thank you so much. We still have to be willing to do these things. And if we're not doing these things, our business will not change. That's why I know everybody has heard the old adage of you can't continue to do the same thing and expect different results. That is the definition of insanity. So for me, I look at the downslope that many people's businesses have taken over the course of the last year. And how can we not be so stinking excited that our company thought enough of us to say, you know what, we need to do something different. We need to do something different, regardless of the fact that this is how we've always done it. We've always done this for the last 32 years. Let me tell you something. That is the most damaging thing that you can do to yourself, is to ever speak the words of, this is how I've always done it. Because then that means that you are not ready for growth. You are not ready for change. And you might need to be humbled in a way from a God who knows what is already around the corner. He already knows that there are different things coming. He already knows that there are ways that this is going to bless you in ways that you can't even fathom right now. Okay? So now here we are, just what is it, 2 weeks since Rally? Here we are, 2 weeks since Rally. I have 7 gem members. I have 1 new jeweler, another one that is looking things over today. You know, so it is helping. It is helping. And as long as we are out there putting this stuff into action, our businesses stand the chance of being forever changed in a good way by us utilizing the tools that Premier is putting out there and just taking the time that we need to learn it, to figure it out. I promise you it's not as difficult as it may seem. It's just we have to retrain our brains into how we look at things, okay? It really isn't difficult. It's just we have on, in our head how it's supposed to be and how it's always been. We have to essentially remove that from out of our head, set that off to the side and say, okay, now this is the new information. Okay. And I promise you, you are going to be so thankful that you did it. You're going to be so thankful that you got on board. Ladies, there are a ridiculous number of even previous jewelers who are now coming back because of this $45 a month thing. Like, you would be amazed as to what this is going to do to rejuvenate your business, but also the businesses of so many other ladies who felt like they had to let it go because they just couldn't afford that $350 up front. You know, so it's something to look at and be excited over. So I would love for all of you who are here today, for all of you who are going to watch this replay, thank you for coming and checking this out as well. But I would encourage you that if you are truly all in with this business, okay, and this was kind of an example that they gave us at Rally that Brett gave us and said, you know, when you are all in, that means that you trust. That means that you have faith in, that means that you believe in, that means that no matter what is coming at you, that you are all in. It doesn't mean you have to work your business full time, 40 hours a week, every day, blah, blah, blah. That's not what it means. But what it means is that you stop dabbling, okay? And that you start being all in, that you start giving it your all. Not that you work this business only half-heartedly, but that when you are working it, even if it's only an hour a week, or if it's an hour a day, or if it's 8 hours a day, I don't care. That's not the point. But the point is that you would be working it with your entire heart, okay? That you would be all in. Then the other thing is that because you are all in, it means that you are also going to go all out. You're going to pull out all the stops. You're going to do things that you've never done because you were too scared to do them, because you are all in and you want to work this with your whole heart, which means setting aside the excuses and the fears and the lies and the doubts and getting rid of all that garbage that has been holding you back all this time. Okay, you are now going to go all out, stepping out in faith, stepping out of your comfort zone, okay? Going all out with the things that you now have the ability to be able to do, okay? Then the other thing is that you need to remember that you are all His. And as long as you are all His and you are going all out because you are all in, you have no choice but to succeed in this business. But if you don't do those things, if you don't remember that you're all His and remember that He put you in this business for a reason, and it is to bring glory and honor to Him. And I don't know why He's telling me to say this, because I don't like this statement, but He just keeps like putting it there. Okay. So here's the thing. You need to ask yourself, are you currently, with the way that you are working your business, with the way that you are treating your business, are you bringing glory and honor to Him? Are you taking advantage, full advantage of the opportunity that He placed you in when He brought you into this business? So you have to ask yourself, is what I'm doing in my business bringing glory and honor to Him? And if it's not, then you know what? Then I've got some work to do, because this business is His. Y'all, if you don't already know this, I want to say the totals, it was like $120 million or something that has been given out to ministries all around the world in the name of God. Okay? This is His business. Make no mistake. You are just being able to benefit from it, but it is His business. And when we treat it that way, when we treat it in such a way that, you know what, God is my boss, and I need to make sure that I'm bringing glory and honor to Him in all that I'm doing. And that includes me working my Premier Designs business. Okay. So I just challenge you to just really look at things and ask yourself, are you truly all in? And if you are, then it's probably time for you to go all out, and you can do it without fear because you are all His. So that's what I have for y'all today. I hope that was helpful for you. I also do hope to get back into the swing of things with more videos here, because truthfully, I have been missing it. I need it for my own soul, for my own knowledge and everything else. So hopefully I will be able to be bringing you all some more videos here soon. I just pray over each and every one of your businesses. Truthfully, I just pray that this touched your heart in some way, that it is going to help you, further you, and allow you to succeed. Again, all for the glory and honor of Him. So thank you all. Have a blessed day, and we will talk soon.